So mine is to just share with you the new members who have joined us since the beginning of the year. Quite a number. And if you're present, please, I'd like you to just stand up. So we have Imperial, we have Vilgro Africa. I know they were mentioned in the Salient report. We have Savannah Informatics. I hope you're on the, Dr. Muthe, are you there? Or your representative? We have Alm Health Africa. I think I saw Walter Kibet, yes, karibu sana. We have Boringa Ingelheim. I saw my colleague, Christopher. Christopher, are you still around? Then we have Shama Orthopedic. Shama, karibu sana, welcome. We have MediHill. MediHill, are you here? They sponsored our expo in May, so we appreciate that. We have Rescue.co, who was one of our partners during the Wheels for Life. Caitlin and your team, are you there? I hope. Okay, then you have Urbanics, or is it Urbanics? Clinics. Get Better. Are you in the house? Okay. Then we have Care Plus Limited. Care Plus, are you represented? Okay. Then we have the Nairobi Women's Hospital. Nairobi Women's Hospital. Abadi Health Center. Do you have Abadi? Okay. Karibu sana. You're from Women's Hospital? Or Abadi? Abadi. Okay, cool. That's good. Then we have Hewatele. Watu wa Hewatele Oxygen. Yeah, represented there. Karibu sana. We have Together for Better. Together for Better. Karibu sana. IntelliSoft. Do you have Steve Wanye on the Karibu sana? Avenue Healthcare. Avenue Healthcare. Are you in the house? He's also one of our founding members. Rich 52. I think these guys just joined yesterday, paid up their membership yesterday, which is amazing. So do we have anyone in the house? And then Via Global Health, I think also they joined this week. Via Global. All right, next time we'll make sure that you're all represented. Yeah. So just to take you quickly through the advocacy topics that you've seen, and please give us, and I said this during the AGM, if we communicate too much, let us know. If we are not communicating, let us know. And I know we get side chat, so we adjust accordingly. So it's been a very active last quarter with Resolution Insurance Company Limited, which was placed under statutory management. We engaged the Insurance Regulatory Authority. We engaged the Policy Compensation Fund, and we have very successful discussions around that. LSK, Law Society of Kenya, also reached out to IRA and PCF, and they were advised that KHF is on top of it, which was a very proud moment for us because, like Chairman said, we have to be proactive. With seeing the update that we have from some of our members that they already received communication from the Policy Compensation Fund to confirm that the amount that is in the system and it is quoted there is actually the amount that they are claiming, and that has been confirmed. So I hope also, if you've not received any communication, if you're owed money by Resolution Insurance and you've not received any communication from PCF, Policy Compensation Fund, or if you don't know how to reach them, please get hold of us. We will give you the information, and then you can exchange. The idea is, so far, and we got an update, we had invited them for the CEOs Forum last, which happened 2 weeks ago. They confirmed that in their database they have an outstanding bills owed to private sector, to facility providers of 1.3 billion. So please make sure you are part of that, because they're engaging their board to see how that can be paid, what is the way forward, because the current law does not allow them to pay providers. They only compensate the policy holders to the maximum of 250,000. But we're negotiating to see how can really the entire debt be paid. So very, very great discussions, collaborations therein, and we continue to engage. Then, of course, the topic of NHIF, we have spoken, the chairman and his directors, led by Dr. Walter Obita, of course, with the finance, and they'll talk about it, the Health Financing Committee. They've really been at the forefront of this. The short of it is that next week we plan a town hall for not only KHF members, but all the members, all the providers that are affected by the contracting, the new contracts that the chairman mentioned, so that we have submitted our collated feedback, but we need to ensure, but NHIF has come back and said we need to discuss because they don't think some of those things are factual. So we said, okay, fine, we'll discuss in a meeting next week. So there's a group that has been formed, a WhatsApp group for all those who are affected by that topic. Please make sure you join in and also ask anyone that is affected by that topic of NHIF contracting process to join so that we can all have a common voice and ensure that each and every one of our issues are listened to and addressed. Because once we seal it, it's for another 2 years. The contracts are for 2 years. And again, we don't want NHIF to say, we gave you the forum, but you never gave, this is what we agreed, and then there are new issues emerging. The end of it is to ensure that, like Chairman may have mentioned, and I know he has mentioned this and in other forums, is to have a marking scheme template for the contract. So if you are level A, B, whatever level you are, wherever you are in the country, your exact contract reads the same as any other same level anywhere else. There should be no discrimination. It should be the same level of compensation for the same level of care. So that's our end game. So that you're comfortable, you have a template against which to compare what NHIF in the region is giving you, or the regional office is giving you. So please plug in and let's ensure that happens. Of course, we had our AGM and we continue to have our CEOs forum. We've held the second one. It seems like breakfast meeting is what works. The first one we tried cocktail. It was very, very, very well attended, but I think the networking took the day. So the presentations, nobody quite listened to them. Now, one of the things we want to bring on board in the next one, and the next meeting, next CEOs forum will be in October 13th, or thereabout, I think, yeah? October 13th, is this Data Privacy Act and those issues of, around the same. And I know I've just gotten a text from one of the colleagues here, but also more important is that it's a question that everybody is asking. We touched on it during the CEOs forum, but now we have to do a deep dive so that there is compliance, yeah? So that's another thing that we're looking forward for October. Also, we're looking at really understanding Vision 2030, again, from a deeper perspective. So we're looking at inviting the 2 public sector leads in those. Of course, if it's too heavy, we will drop one, but what we cannot drop is the private data privacy, yeah? Then we had the East Africa Expo 2022, which was held on 25th to 27th of May 2022. I would like at this point to tell you and inform you, you may have seen it in our calendar of 2022 and 2023 events, that our East Africa Health Expo 2023 will be held on the 3rd of May to the 5th of May 2023 at the Strathmore Auditorium. So please mark that date. We'll also be communicating, because I know a lot of you also said they need a year advance so that they can support. Lots of learning from the previous one. Of course, going forward, we can only improve. We also participated in the launch of the DAMU-KE policies by the Ministry of Health, which was held in June 22nd and 24th of this year. Also the MOH engagements, and this was primarily the issue around the challenges our members were having, and I hope they have slowed down because we're not getting any feedback yet, but we were assured by the ministry that they will be tackled. KML, TTB, and on the issue of harassing pathologists and so many other trade barriers actually that they're creating to the service providers. So we had a meeting with the CS, with the CAS Rashid, and also we did a write-up to the ministry, the CS, and on follow-up we believe that some action was taken, but we want you to give us feedback if the pain is, if the pain is still there, and in what specific area should we follow. So really, we like to thank the colleagues that came out very strongly to ensure that this topic got the focus and the escalation that it required. And then, as I said, last 2 weeks have been very busy for Kenya Healthcare Federation on collaboration with the Ministry of Health. So we had one of our colleagues, Edwin, who is leading the Human Resources for Health Committee from the Secretariat side, participate in the finalization of health workforce migration policy from 4th to 8th. I think we'll hear a bit of that from the committee's updates, and also the Kenya National Policy on Patient and Health Worker Safety and Quality Care Validation Workshop, which was a one-day workshop held on 26th July, so we also sent a colleague. And then last week, there was it last week, week before? Yeah, week before, Health Data Governance Framework Forum on 5th to 8th of July, where one of our colleagues, Dr. Nelly, from the Secretary represented us, and also we were ably represented by Steve Wanye on the same, and the discussions are continuing. Last week is when they were looking at the data dictionary, and I think the IT team will tell you details about that. And then also we are involved on a regional perspective with AUD and NEPAD on matters pertaining local manufacturing. And this was an interesting one, and we continue to engage. So when I saw AUD and NEPAD in one of the presentations, I was a bit excited because KHF is fully plugged in, and is also being recognized now as an important critical player on health, on matters health, as far as AU, NEPAD are concerned, which is a good thing. Then we also had an MOH KHF high-level stakeholders meeting, but this was a partnership between Medtronic Labs and Kenya Healthcare Federation. I think a number of you were invited. Then we had, the Kenya-UK Health Alliance, which were connected and invited by one of our members, the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya. We appreciate that when people bring us to the table, and the conversations about, collaborations continue. Then, of course, we had the Kenya Mental Health Investment Case launch, again, where we send a representative, and also pandemic preparedness and health system strengthening media roundtable, which was hosted by one of the KEPSA members, where I participated together with the group CEO of AMREF. And then we had a meeting with one of our members again, Africa Solutions, yes. It's one of our new members, so we had a meeting with one of the visiting high-level bosses from Japan, and also we are working with them on matters of collaborations, and really that is panning out very well, and I'm encouraging many of our members also to plug in and see how we can partner and collaborate with KHF just to create impact in the health sector. Then there was a best practices evaluation in preparation for the health sector convention. If you remember, there was a call for best practices submission. I know a number of you submitted last week, and we had representation from Dr. Sylvia Mwelu represented KHF in this evaluation process, and I'm really hoping and praying that a number of all of us who submitted our best practices come out. The idea is at the end of the day, the award will be given by the president in a convention. I don't know whether the time still allows. Time does not allow, but there will be that recognition at the right point in time. What is important is that our best practices in the private sector are getting recognized, and now working together with the Ministry of Health under the One Health approach really gives us a very good perspective as a private health sector. This ceremony has already been done, so we want to congratulate the new colleagues who are taking the leadership of the ICT and Mobile Health Committee leadership. When we launched or when we presented the new strategic plan for KHF, there was a lot of urge to ensure that we really go digital. We really transform our digital agenda. We really amplify our participation on the digital space. So really, you have a lot of interesting stuff ahead of you, Peter and Jin, but I'm sure you're up to it. It was a very competitive elective position, very exciting, and I'm happy that the committee chose their leader, and a leader who will be able to be supported to move forward. So now we go to the committees, and we start with, so those are our committee. Those are our committee leads. So we have Dr. Joki Fernandez, you're there? Okay. Then we have Millicent Olulo, we have Anne Musuva, we have Peter Kanda, we have Joyce Sitonik, and then we have Vinod. Vinod doubles up as the director and outgoing chair of the supply chain committee. Of course, in the next meeting, the appropriate process will be followed. So those are our committees, and I want to call upon the Healthcare Financing Committee lead, Dr. Njoki, to make her presentation. Is she there? Okay, in her absence, I'll just quickly, and this potentially what the chair talked about. So we have NHIF issue description, the NHIF new contracts for the year 2022-2024. The chair has mentioned. So we have a position paper. Please, when we invite you for the, for the town hall, and so that everybody is available, it will be 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sometime next week. We are yet to get a date. We will let you know. And then, of course, we have delayed NHIF payments owed to private sector facilities. In the last meeting with the NHIF, they assured us the only pending bills are the bills of the earlier electronic system, which was around 2018 or thereabouts. So if you're still owed money by NHIF, and it is in that time slot when they had this electronics processing system, don't worry. They said they're looking into it and reconciling. I think by the end of this month, they're supposed to have released something. So it's one of the things also we'll follow up. But that payments, they just needed to do proper reconciliation and make the payments. Anything outside of that should be paid, at least they pay 3 times a week, a month, or that frequency. So the payment should not be an issue anymore. If a payment isn't an issue on your side, please let us know. We'll be able to hold your hand and get it resolved. Then delay in issuing new contracts. I think this will be resolved now with the current contract process. Town hall we have mentioned. And then the Resolution Insurance Company Limited, please, if you owed money by Resolution Insurance, make sure you have submitted your claims, whatever you're owed, to the Policy Compensation Fund. Please make sure you have done that. That is their ask to us, to ensure that our members do that. The rest they will handle, yeah? So the rest they will handle, but please, that's something that we need to do.